Time for more Evansville Otters baseball here at historic Bosse Field on finally a cool, little windy Thursday night here in Evansville, Indiana. I'm Riley Angel alongside Lucas Macklin. Thank you so much for joining us for this Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. First, a recap of last night's contest. In case you missed it, a 3-0 Lake Erie win. In that one, they jumped out in front early in the first inning, and Evansville just couldn't get any offense together against a very good Anthony Escobar, and then Leonardo Rodriguez, Michael Brewer coming in to close that one out.
Yeah, and they had some opportunities early, had the bases loaded in an inning. You got runners on the corners with no one out, couldn't push across and run early in that game, and then after that, at that point, when you miss some chances against a really good pitcher like Anthony Escobar, usually it comes back to haunt you, and it did in that game. And again, with how good this Lake Erie bullpen is, when you're thinking about best bullpens in the Midwest Conference, it's either this or it's Gateway. They're neck and neck with how good they are. So once you're behind late in games, so hard to come back, and Otters couldn't do it last night.
Yohan Gonzalez had a good start last night, but transaction today, he has been placed on the 7-day IL due to a blister issue. So hopefully he's able to get back, recover in time to really help this team the last month of the season.
And you hope it's nothing too big and that he doesn't miss too much time. Obviously, he's been so good as a starter for this team. And hopefully, like I said, if it's not too long, he can come back to the next homestand and be ready to go on the 6-game road trip coming up between Windy City and Mississippi.
Evansville sitting at 24-44. Lake Erie 39-27 on the year. Lake Erie sits in first place in the Central Division. They are on a 6-game winning streak, 9-1 in their last 10. That is the best mark in the Frontier League. Evansville in fourth place, 16 games back of Lake Erie. They have lost 4 in a row, 2-8 in their last 10. They look to reverse that trend here tonight against the Crushers. And you have your ace on the mound, Braden Scott, looks to do that.
Yeah, and you would not want anyone else on the mound when you go up against. This is another rematch from the series just a couple of weeks ago. These two faced off against each other. It was Eisenbarger who got the better of the Otters in that match, but they were able to get to him a little bit and put runs on the board early. So again, it's just a matter of if you get runs on the board early, you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. It's what they did in games like in Quebec or in Ottawa when they won 2 straight on the road. But you have games where you put runs on the board early and then you don't score the rest of the game, and it really struggles to keep up. It's kind of been their big problem this year is when you get to those middle innings starting to sag off a little bit, and then you start not scoring as many runs, and then the team comes back, and then you fall behind, and then you can't come back late.
Evansville has really struggled this month, especially 0-8 here at home, and when typically throughout the rest of this year they have been rock solid here within the gates of Bosse Field. Again, just looking to turn it around, and you pretty much hit it right on the nose about why this team has been struggling and why we want Braden Scott on the mound tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, it's been different things every night, but it's been a lot of close games. You know, even last night, close game, 3-0. You had enough from your pitching staff to get you the win. You know, after Yohan left in the 6th inning, the rest of the pitchers that went that night, including a fantastic debut from Gunnar Dennis, they shut out Lake Erie the rest of the game. They kept you in the ball game, just couldn't push any runs across and get you that lead late. But again, it's been a lot of close losses. Lost a lot of games by 3 or less runs, including 8 one-run losses this month.
Thank you so much for listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's, the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. When we come back, we'll talk about both starting lineups and the opposing starting pitcher. You're listening on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Welcome into the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's, the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Speaking of the Home Team Network is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Check out Home Team Network to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game in 2025. I'm Riley Angel here with you alongside my partner, Lucas Macklin. The past couple of days have been frustrating for this Otters offense, but they look to right the ship here tonight, get their first home win of July, and have some momentum going into this weekend against division rival Florence.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough matchup. Obviously, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but the starter for the opposing side, Jack Eisenbarger, entering with a 2.81 ERA, but you wouldn't want to have any other pitcher on the mound right now. Braden Scott entering the 3.75 ERA on his own right, an all-star. He, until yesterday, led the Frontier League in strikeouts, a chance to go back on top after tonight's outing again. So he's your ace for a reason. He's been excellent all season, and hopefully he can have a great outing tonight and keep the team in it. And if not, if possible, help them get a big win going into August.
Opposing him tonight on the mound, Jack Eisenbarger. He's having another great year in a Lake Erie uniform. Last year, pitched to the tune of a 2.91 ERA. Didn't really think he could get much better, but somehow he has a 2.81 ERA this year, 70 strikeouts in 73 and 2/3 innings.
Yeah, and the last time these Otters faced them, they got a couple of runs on them, but again, it just wasn't enough. And you got to be able to try to, if you get runs early, keep adding on as you go on throughout the game. It's kind of been the one problem with the Evansville offense, is that once you get to the middle innings, it just seems like this team kind of falls apart and fades a little bit. But again, they've had games like in Ottawa and in Quebec, those two back-to-back games where they put up runs early and then they added more and kept adding and helped their pitcher out and got some big wins. For tonight, obviously it's a very tough matchup. As you mentioned, a 2.81 ERA, 6-2. But you got to try to find a way to get some runs for your pitcher.
We take a look at the starting lineups first for the 39-27 Lake Erie Crushers. Leading off, center fielder Dario Gomez. He's followed by Burl Dixon, who's in left here tonight. Batting third, the backstop Alfredo Gonzalez, cleaning it up as he has all week long. First baseman Scout Knotts. DHing today, Derek Vegas. He is batting fifth. Batting sixth is Jaden Quinn, the third baseman. Second baseman Davey Morgan follows him. Then in the 8th spot, shortstop Kenan Irizarry, and rounding it out, the former Chanticleer, Sebastian Alexander, over in right field. Obviously, we talked about him a little bit on the mound, Jack Eisenbarger. For Evansville, who is 24-44, their starting lineup is as follows. Leading it off, the Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game is designated hitter Dennis Pierce. He's followed by, at third base tonight, Graham Brown. In right field, J.T. Benson bats third. Cleaning it up, first baseman L.J. Jones. Batting fifth, Keenan Taylor. He's in left here tonight. At second base, J.J. Cruz bats sixth. Jared Campbell, ranging out in center, bats seventh. Crix Tavares, shortstop, batting eighth, and rounding it out, the backstop, Justin Felix, here tonight, catching his longtime peer in an Otters uniform, Braden Scott.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, it's actually the first time he's caught Braden Scott in a while. It's been Logan Brown behind the plate for Braden Scott over his last, I believe, 4 starts. So good to bring him back. And against the lefty, Eisenbarger, bring out all the righties in the offense. All bench players are lefties. You bring out 7 right-handed batters in this lineup. So hopefully you'll be able to go out there and try to attack him early and often get some runs.
Lucas, you talked about it a little bit earlier, but for a team like Evansville right now who has struggled so much offensively, how important is it for them to get off to a good start against a guy like Eisenbarger who has been dominant at times this season?
Yeah, I mean, this team has been able to jump out early in multiple games before against really good pitchers, and it's really just been a struggle against this Lake Erie squad. Last 5 games they played against them, they've only scored 4 total runs. Just being able to get out there early and give your pitcher an early lead to work with is so important. If you can do that and give a guy like Scott an early lead that he can try to hold, it's going to make all the difference in the world. So hopefully they'll be able to go out there tonight and get that early lead and then add to it if they can, because you do not want to try to fall behind this Lake Erie team.
And again, as a reminder, this Otters team, they've only scored 1 run in the games they have played this week. Technically, there were 3 runs scored in that resumption, but they didn't score when they did resume that game. So only 1 run scored over the past 2 days for Evansville. They look to reverse that trend here tonight. But the 1 run did come off the bat of Graham Brown, who had a solo shot, his 8th of the season. Man, it just seems like if he starts clicking, then this offense is going to go with him.
Yeah, and he's been really good, really had a great end to the road trip. He's turned it into a good week this week, and even though he had that 1 big hit, had a hit last night, feels like even when he's getting out, he's hit the ball hard. Both outs that he got in the first game of this series were both really hard hit off the bat. One was above 100 miles per hour. The other one was just under 100 miles per hour. And then last night had a couple of really well-hit balls as well. So he's been seeing the ball really well. He's been hitting the ball really well, and hopefully he can, again, be one of the guys to help jumpstart this offense and try to get an early lead and try to get into the pitcher, Jack Eisenbarger, as much as possible.
Another guy that's been hitting the ball hard but hasn't been being rewarded by it, L.J. Jones. Boy, he had an at-bat last night where he sent a ball on a rope to left field. Alexander was right there to make the catch, but 107 miles per hour off the bat. You just have to think, if he keeps making solid contact like that, the results are going to come.
Yeah, and it feels like he's kind of been the most unlucky hitter in an Otters uniform this year. He's hit the ball hard a ton, but a lot of times it's been right to outfielders in a space for them to be able to make the catch, or even it's just been incredible plays on the defensive end for the other side. So he has been hitting the ball hard all season. It hasn't really been a down slope for him at all. Just kind of been about finding the holes and gaps in the offense. He got a hit last night. Hopefully he can kind of turn it, again, just be another bat in this lineup to try to attack early and often and put some runs up on the board for Evansville.
Evansville Otters, Lake Erie Crushers just about to get going here at Bosse Field on deadline day for all who celebrate, at least in the major leagues, it's deadline day. Not here in the Frontier League, but still something that most baseball fans are privy to. Evansville really looking to get back on track here in their 36th home game of the year. Boy, it feels like this home schedule is really shortening, and it is. The next time these Evansville Otters are at home is in August, which is weird to say, against New York next week. Time for the starting lineups. We'll leave you to hear Zane Clodfelter and then the national anthem. Then finally time for some baseball. You're listening on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Batting second, the third baseman, number 24, Graham Brown. Batting third, the right fielder, number 9, J.T. Vincent. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 20, L.J. Jones. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 12, Keenan Taylor. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 17, J.J. Cruz. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 11, Jared Campbell. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 18, Prince Tavares. Batting ninth and catching, number 5, Justin Felix. Pitching for the Evansville Otters left-handed pitcher, number 8, Braden Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom, those who now protect it, and pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice with the singing of our national anthem, this evening performed by Lindsay Alvey.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Lindsay Alvey with our national anthem. Today's game balls brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And now to help me say those legendary words to start each and every Otters game, I've got my man Brent here. You ready?
Braden Scott on the mound for his warm-up pitches. Behind the plate is Justin Felix. This pitcher-catcher battery sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. Braden Scott, this Otters ace, on the bump yet again, looking for another quality start. He has been so good, and boy, the Otters need a bounce-back performance, and this is exactly the guy they want on the mound.
Yeah, and the last time out against this Lake Erie squad for him, he did give up 6 runs, only 4 of them earned. They just did a good job at, once they had runners on, they found ways to get them in. Last time out against Ottawa, it's kind of similar to what we saw from Yohan last night. Not his best stuff, but he still worked through 7 innings of great baseball, stranded a ton of runners, 9 hits, 4 walks. So you kind of hope you get the version of Braden Scott we're used to seeing. But again, this Lake Erie squad last time out did see him pretty well. So hopefully this time out he's able to shut them down more than he did last time.
The defense behind him is as follows. It will be Keenan Taylor over in left, Jared Campbell in center, JT Benson in right. On the infield, Graham Brown is at the hot corner. Crix Tavares in the 6th hole. He is the shortstop. JJ Cruz is over at second base. LJ Jones, the first baseman. Justin Felix behind the dish for Braden Scott. It really feels like that a good, quick first inning here is a paramount for this Otters team, especially the way the last couple of days have gone, where Lake Erie jumps on top first, and the Otters just don't have an answer.
Yeah, if you can just try to keep them off the board, they've scored in the first inning in both games. So if you try to keep them off the board here, it'd be huge for your offense to try to go out there and have a chance to take the lead early here at Bosse Field. They haven't led yet any of these games so far.
It'll be Dario Gomez to lead us off here in game number 69 of this Frontier League regular season for the Otters. Gomez is a right-handed hitter, batting .295 in the leadoff spot against the lefty and Scott, who looks in, begins the windup, and delivers. Inside for ball 1-0. Beautiful, comfortable night here at Bosse Field. 78 degrees with a bit of wind, cloud cover. The 1-0 is up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. The weather we've been wanting all week, really, the past 2 weeks. 2-0 pitch. Right down central, it's 2-1. This weekend is going to be a little cooler, which is always nice to see. highs in the mid-80s around here. 2-1 offering. Swung on, jam job, foul, and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Hedge Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count evened at 2-2.
Gomez, a very dangerous batter at the top of this Lake Erie offense, entering with a .295 batting average. The thing about his start in Ottawa, first couple of innings he got through pretty cleanly, but innings 3 through 7 for him, first batters of each inning reach. So if he can try to keep the leadoff batter of each inning off, that'd be a huge start in the right direction for him this time.
Infield and outfield straight up. Wind is blowing out to right, not insignificantly. The lefty agrees with Felix and the 2-2. Just missing outside on a pitch that looked pretty good. 3-2.
Yeah, it looked like Felix was setting more up inside, so whenever he caught that, it looked more outside than it actually was. It was a really good pitch there from Scott, just didn't get the call.
First payoff of the night, it's on his way. High ball 4 on another close pitch, and that's going to get some early chirping from the Evansville side. Behind the plate, calling balls and strikes is Brendan Boucher. Over at first, Takahito Matsuda and Dalton Phillips over at third. So leadoff base runner for Lake Erie. So they're off to another decent start here in the first frame. Lefty-lefty matchup now is Burl Dixon. He digs in. The left fielder awaits the first pitch out of the stretch from Scott. Runner takes off. Squaring around is the batter. Throw down from Felix is in time. Gomez reaches via the walk and is immediately cut down by a throw on a dot from Justin Felix. Count is 1-0, but a big first out there for Braden Scott.
And what an incredible tag there from Crix Tavares. I've seen a lot of times this year, Evansville's kind of struggled at bringing those balls in and getting those tags in, but that was an incredibly quick tag on the bounce throw. Just a great out to record there for Evansville.
1-0. Swung on and missed. A little behind it there was Dixon. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just getting started here, top 1, no score. Only 1 away, bases empty. As always, a good Thirsty Thursday crowd here at Bosse. The 1-1. Missing outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Graham Brown over at third is playing in. Now taking a couple of steps back as the middle infield is playing back a little bit. 2-1. That one finds his own. 2-2. Scott attacking early with the fastball. We saw it against Gomez on a pitch that looked pretty good in the zone on a 2-strike count. We'll see what he does here on another 2-2 pitch. Shakes once, now agrees. Into the windup and the pitch. Missing outside. Felix thought it was strike 3. Counts full. Felix began to throw around, but ball 3 called by Phillips did look a little bit outside on the fastball. So for the second straight plate appearance, it's a full count offering that we'll see. Here it comes. Missing down low for ball 4, so 2 straight walks to begin the day for Braden Scott.
And this Lake Erie team's doing what they have done well this year is they don't chase a lot. Those last 2 pitches, while they were both pretty close, both of them were off the plate. So, again, it's kind of one of the challenges you have to deal with here when you face Lake Erie is that they don't strike out a ton. They put the ball in play a lot, and they rarely chase.
Here's backstop Alfredo Gonzalez. Pickoff attempt is not close. Just trying to keep him honest over there as Dixon does like to dance when he takes his lead over at the first base bag. So just trying to get Scott's attention a little bit. Infield double play depth. Scott out of the stretch. Here it is. Inside, it's going to miss. 1-0. So a tad wild from Scott. Barely missing, but is missing the 1-0 pitch now. Never mind, it's a pickoff move, and once again, no play. And now Dixon will probably be a little more aggressive with that being the second disengagement from the Otters pitcher.
Yeah, I really don't like that second throw over because the first delivery from him, Dixon's first move was back to first. It wasn't to...
And another one that gets away. That will, no matter what, allow Dixon to get to second because of the balk, and he didn't get him. I mean, that's an interesting move, even that he decided to throw over.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it missing LJ Jones's glove there wasn't the end of the world, so I like him trying to at least make it close, but just a little bit off mark. Jones did a good job at running over there, getting the ball, so Dixon couldn't advance to third base.
Now a runner in scoring position for Gonzalez, who on the year has 29 RBI. The pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-1.
Yeah, and if I'm Scott here, I really just want him to go after the guy at the plate. He's got good enough stuff to get anybody out in this lineup. Obviously, Dixon out there trying to get in his head as much as possible, but you got to be able to trust your stuff and get these next couple of guys.
Next one in from the lefty. Bender missing high and away. 2 balls and a strike. 73 miles per hour on the spinner, but just couldn't quite find the slot. No score, top 1, 2-1 the count. Runner on second base is Dixon, the batter Alfredo Gonzalez. Gray skies overhead on a overcast night. The pitch. High, 3 balls and a strike. Another one borderline. Didn't get the call. Just above the letters. Scott trying to refine the strike zone. He agrees with Felix. Time is called by Gonzalez, so Scott will have to step off. Seems like a longer first inning than what we're used to when watching Braden Scott deal on the mound. Good at-bats from these Crushers hitters. And some unfortunate breaks at the zone. As the 3-1 now from Scott. Inside, that's going to be ball 4. So that's now 3 straight walks to begin Braden Scott's day. There is an out thanks to a caught stealing. But just like that, 2 runners on. And Scott really struggling through the first 3 hitters. It brings up Scout Knotts, the cleanup man. Trying to do exactly what that terminology suggests and clean up the bases here in a first inning spot.
And this is the guy that really had Braden Scott's number in Lake Erie. A home run and a double, 3 RBIs off of Scott. It's going to be a big spot here. And again, it's similar to last night. Scott's not missing by much. It's just this Lake Erie team is willing to take those pitches. Zone's been a little bit tight, and it's worked in their favor.
First one in. Missing outside. 1-0. Infield still playing at double play depth. Maybe slightly playing Knotts to pull on the infield. Next one in from Scott out of the stretch. Swung on and blasted well foul, and it looked like the swing might have gotten Justin Felix. And immediately coming out is Andy McCauley and Mandy Flagg. Felix immediately seems to be in discomfort behind the dish. Looked like Knotts might have gotten him on the backswing. Has no catcher's interference called, and Felix says he's all right, so we're good to play on. Boy, those are always scary moments. Count 1-1, 1 away, 2 on, top 1. Lake Erie trying to jump out in front for the 3rd straight night. Scott standing on the far third base side of the slab. Looks back towards second. Out of the stretch. Begins and fires. That one called a strike on the up and in edge. 1-2. So Scott ahead of this hitter in Knotts, who on the year, a .269 average, has 9 homers, 37 RBI. He waits for the 1-2. Here it is. Swung on and he popped him up. On the infield foul territory, first base side, LJ Jones is under it and makes the catch. So now 2 gone. An interesting development on the base paths there as Alfredo Gonzalez was taking off, but Burl Dixon at second stayed put.
Dixon took a really big lead off of second base. Almost looked like he was going to go. Then he stopped, and then Alfredo Gonzalez thought he was going, so he was running. He was all the way to second base by the time the ball was put into play. So it's one of those things where it almost gives him a break that it was foul. It was hit into foul territory because, if that situation happens and it's taken, you run into a third out there.
First pitch to Vegas. Swung on, number up the middle. Charging is second baseman Cruz. Fields it on a hop, throw to first in time for the third out. So Braden Scott works through 3 walks in the first inning, but gets through it without allowing a run. We go to the bottom half here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Bottom half of the first, Jack Eisenbarger is on the mound for Lake Erie. Boy, he's had a good year, pitching to a tune of a 2.81 ERA.
Yeah, and he's been a tough cookie to crack for Evansville especially. They got a couple of runs against him in that in the first inning of the game in Lake Erie, but as I was mentioning, couldn't get to him after that. So I'm going to try to hopefully give Braden Scott a lead if you can here early, and if you can, just keep trying to add on as the game goes on. But you hope with a guy like Scott on the mound, if you can get just a couple, 2, 3, even 4 runs, hopefully that'll be enough for him. But obviously you'd like to add as much as you can. And if you can, knock this guy out early.
Dennis Pierce, the Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, walking up to the right-handed side. Pierce is second on this team in batting average, first among qualified hitters. 324 the average, 994 the OPS. Double-digit homers at 10, the only Otter to be over that mark. First pitch he sees in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Eisenbarger, a left-handed pitcher, stands in the middle of the rubber. The pitch. Inside, beamed him. 92 miles per hour around the elbow area. Pierce taking it like a champ, jogging down to first. The Otters with the leadoff base runner.
Yeah, Pierce did lead off the game in Lake Erie with a double off of him. Now leads off by getting on base, and hopefully behind him they can push him across.
Now Graham Brown. Brown 8 homers on the year, including 1 this series. The pitch. Fastball catching the up and outer edge. 0-1. Pierce over at first, not a stolen base threat. Has not attempted one this season. The lefty looks towards him. Out of the stretch, kicks and delivers. In the dirt on the breaker, it's 1-1 now.
5 walks in his last outing against Mississippi for Eisenbarger. He's walked at least 3 batters in each of his last 3 starts, so he's a guy who can get a little bit wild at times.
Next one in. Taken for a strike, fastball inside corner, 1-2. Saw this a lot last night, taking fastballs and being patient, but maybe to the detriment of the at-bat. obviously very early in this one, not saying that it's going to happen tonight, but last night was certainly a trend that we saw all 9 innings.
I'll say in this at-bat, though, both fastballs were really well placed.
1-2 high on another fastball. It's 2-2.
First one was low and away, and unless you're sitting that first pitch of the at-bat, good chance you just ground into a double play. That last fastball he took for a strike was on the very inside part of the plate, and if you aren't ready to turn on it, you just set yourself up for a jam shot.
Pickoff move, no play made. Be interesting to see if the approach changes. I mean, you would certainly think, given a different arm and a lefty now from last night. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Really nasty breaking ball there, low in the zone, under 80 miles per hour. And that's Eisenbarger's first K of the night. Now JT Benson will stand in. Benson was not with the team up in Canada, so this 3-game series just getting back into the swing of things as the pitch. Swung on in a high pop-up on the infield. Right side, under it is Scout Knotts, nearing the line, making the catch with his heels on the grass, and that's out number 2. Got a high fastball, just got under it, and now LJ Jones will be a 2-out hitter with a runner on first. We would like to at least see the Otters advance Pierce, give themselves a chance with 2 outs, and Keenan Taylor on deck. Just really don't want to get a leadoff man on and not be able to do anything with him. First pitch to Jones is in there for a strike. Another inside corner dotted fastball. Really good spot. 0-1 the count. Eisenbarger, who sets with his hands just outstretched beyond the chest, doing a really good job of holding Pierce. The pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle softly. Irizarry picks it up, tosses to second for the easy out. And that ends our first inning here tonight. We go to the second, no score here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Top of the second, due up. Braden Scott on the mound. Worked through a lot of trouble in that first inning. 3 straight walks. Thankfully, Felix was able to catch a runner stealing, and then he got 2 straight outs. To in that frame, hopefully he's able to reel it in a little bit here in this second. We've seen it a lot this year. Well, it's part of kind of a typical Braden Scott start. He'll have an inning maybe where he struggles with the zone, but every other inning in the outing, he's sharp as a tack, and hopefully the rest of the way through, he's exactly that.
Yeah, and it felt like eerily similar to how he pitched in Ottawa. Had to work through some traffic, but was able to strand runners on base. Kind of hope here that he can kind of find his way back into the zone and make Lake Erie work for it. Not a hit in that first inning, but had a couple of runners on.
Here's Jaden Quinn, left-handed hitter. The pitch. Quinn takes a strike at the letters. It's 0-1. The Crushers Third baseman, 227 average, but 6 homers on the year. The 0-1. That one finds his own as well. Pretty much the same spot, a little slower. 0-2. Quinn walked 4 times last night. Trying to stay patient here, but behind 0-2.
So that's what he does. You know, you mentioned only a 227 batting average, but a 416 OBP. Takes a ton of walks, strikes out a lot, hits a lot of home runs.
The pitch. High, 1-2. Hopefully we get the strikeout portion of that skill set tonight. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Blew the high fastball by him. First German-American Bank strikeout of the day for Braden Scott. Brings up Davey Morgan.
Yeah, and going back to his last outing against Ottawa, that's the first leadoff batter he's set down in an inning in those last 6. So a good start for him here in the second.
First pitch into Morgan is taken for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Wind starting to pick up here in Evansville. More of a crosswind now going from left to right. As the 0-1 is a touch high, 1-1. Another close one there, but Scott doesn't seem too phased out there as the lefty sets with his hands belt high. Steps back, kicks up, fires. Finding the zone down and in corner on the curve, 1-2.
Yeah, with Davey Morgan at the plate, standing at 5'8", much smaller zone for him compared to some other batters.
Next offering. A little low, tried to get him to chase another curveball. That one nearing the dirt, 2-2 the count. This Evansville team and their Thirsty Thursday Beersies as the 2-2. Swung on, slicing line drive into right center. Back on it, Benson, nearing the track, nearing the wall, up and off the base of the wall. Morgan chugging into second. He'll get there standing. A one-out double for him here in the top half of the second. So first hit is an extra base knock for the Crushers here today. Now gives Kinnan Irizarry a chance. Another lefty-lefty matchup.
Got a little help from the wind that's blowing out to right center. Just carried it over the head of JT Benson. Didn't have an extra base hit last night, but now I mentioned their first hit tonight is an extra base hit.
The Crushers in their away black uniforms, probably much more comfortable wearing them today than what it was like wearing them on Tuesday. As the pitch is taken by Irizarry for a strike, 0-1. Man, on Tuesday, they were in these black jerseys for an inning in that resumption. And it was 95 degrees outside when they were wearing them. Boy, I just can't imagine. The 0-1 from Scott as he takes a peek at second. Outside, and it's 1-1. Morgan is getting aggressive with his secondary lead at second base. Justin Felix pump faking a pick throw back to him. But you would imagine that if Morgan has a good read on Scott here, that he will continue getting that huge secondary. 1-1. Never mind, a pickoff move, but no throw. First disengagement for Scott. Scott sets, hands belt high, looks back towards second. Holding him is Tavares. The pitch. Swung on, popped him up, foul territory left side, getting well out of play and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Count a ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the second inning, runner is on second. No score as of yet. Otters looking for some momentum with their ace on the bump in what has been a rough month of July. The 1-2. Swung on hard, a liner down the first base side, but well fouled through the first base coaching box. We'll do it again at 1-2. This Evansville bullpen pretty much fully available, I would assume, other than maybe McAuliffe and Alex Canny. Canny pitching an inning and 2/3. Yesterday, McAuliffe pitching an inning and a third over the past 2 days. Here's the 1-2. Swung on soft tapper, but drifts foul. And when this Evansville bullpen, now with 2 lefties in that bullpen, is at full strength. You really like it, especially when a guy like Braden Scott is on the mound, when you can bring in those high leverage guys on the back end if we get there. With what Gunnar Dennis showed us yesterday, he could very well be one of those back end guys. 2 strikeouts in an inning, didn't allow a hit or a run. Plus it helps that he's a lefty. The 1-2. Up and away, 2-2. Another curveball that just went away from Scott there.
Seen a couple of curveballs in this at bat that have really stayed way up in the zone, either finding the top of the zone or, in that case, way above it.
2-2 is on its way. Swung on, popped him up left side. Over to it is Brown, but he lets it fall out of play overhead. Count stays.
Brought to you by Hess Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
Scott looks in. Agrees while he sets. Towards second he looks. Now back to the plate and fires. Swung on in, missed, strike 3, way out in front of the breaker. Braden Scott with his second German-American Bank strikeout. 2 away here in the top of the second, runner still on second base. Brings up the Coastal Carolina alum in Sebastian Alexander. Alexander, yesterday, went 0 for 4, was hit by a pitch and eventually came around to score in the 2-run 6th inning for Lake Erie. The right-handed hitter, a tall, athletic stance, the pitch. Swung on, line drive, but snagged at short by Tavares. Out, number 3. Hit on a line, but there's some of that luck going the Otters' way. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Here on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
The Otters look to finally break that seal in the offensive column here in this bottom half of the second. No score as Keenan Taylor begins his walk to the right-handed batter's box. Braden Scott able to bounce back after a struggle of a first inning to put up a scoreless second. Eisenbarger, after hitting a batter in the first inning, got 3 straight outs as the first pitch into Taylor is taken for a strike down and in corner on the fastball, 0-1. It was a strikeout, a pop out, and a ground out. That were the 3 outs for Eisenbarger. Here it is. Swung on, popped up, well foul down the right-handed side. It's 0-2. Taylor, a guy that has been so consistent this year, consistently good for the Evansville team. 298 the average, 864 OPS, 8 homers, 41 ribbies, as the 0-2 in is up and away, 1-2. Has just done such a good job at the beginning of the year at the bottom of the lineup, setting the tone, and now has worked his way up to the middle. The pitch. Swung on, popped him up again, but this one also foul right behind us. It's going to stay at 1-2. Not only that, but has played a really good left field. At the beginning of the year, you could just tell the feel wasn't there for the position, but has turned himself into a good fielding outfielder. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, way out in front of the change. Dropped right below. Second strikeout here for Eisenbarger as J.J. Cruz begins his walk to the left-handed batter's box.
Second time tonight that Eisenbarger's done basically the same thing, setting them up for that 91, 92 mile per hour fastball and then pulling the string on them on 80, 79, and they've just been out in front, not been able to stay on it.
Cruz takes the first pitch strike at the letters. Eisenbarger really in a rhythm right now, working quickly, throwing strikes as the 0-1. Swung on, hard liner into right, pretty well struck. Back on it, Alexander near the track, near the wall, off the very top of the wall. J.J. Cruz thought it was gone. He'll just have to settle for a single.
Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 11, Jared Campbell.
Now Jared Campbell worked a long single for J.J. Cruz, a 376-foot single.
I don't even think he thought it was gone. I think he just hit the ball so hard and on a line. I just don't think he had a shot at a double. And it was super well played out there by Sebastian Alexander. Unfortunate, but he's mentioned a very long single.
Here's Jared Campbell, collected his first professional hit last night. The pitch. Swung on, Tapper back to the mound. Just past the glove of Eisenbarger, charging Irizarry. Throw to first on a dot, out number 1. Excuse me, out number 2.
We can pretend there's only one out.
Let's do that. Let's pretend there's one out. Let's do it. Why not?
So there's only one away in this inning?
Not 2. Definitely not 2.
No.
No. J.J. Cruz does advance to second on the ground out, and now Crix Tavares, who is still searching for that first hit. He's 0 for his first 5 in an Otters uniform. Left-handed hitter. The pitch. Squares around, places it down right in front of him, charging Eisenbarger. Throw to first is a lob, and it's going to be in time. So the 2-out bunt doesn't work, and that ends the inning. So I guess we're going into the third. No score here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org.
In the third inning, no score. Braden Scott looking to have another good frame. 2 strikeouts in the second. But the lineup does flip over here in this third inning. It'll be Dario Gomez, Burl Dixon, Alfredo Gonzalez. Evansville, another opportunity in that bottom half of the second. Just couldn't capitalize. And Braden Scott looking to keep the score exactly where it is at 0-0. Evansville is looking for a change of their fortune. They have lost 4 in a row compared to this Lake Erie's 6 wins in a row, including a stretch for Lake Erie, 9-1 in their last 10. Again, we mentioned it in the pregame show, but with that number, hottest team in the Frontier League. The next closest is New York, who's coming to town next week, who is 8-2 in their last 10. First pitch into Dario Gomez, who walked his first time. He takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Gomez did get caught stealing in that first inning as well. As the 1-0 pitch out of the full windup is taken for a strike, down and away, good spot, 1-1. That is one thing Scott's been able to do tonight, as the 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike, 1-2. Doing a good job of staying on the corners. And even when he does miss, it's just barely. In that first inning, he got unlucky with a couple of calls, but overall has been able to hit his spots effectively, as the 1-2. Swung on and foul tipped right back into the mitt for strike 3. Third German-American Bank strikeout for Braden Scott. That one on a fastball down and away quadrant, just missed it. Now Burl Dixon. Dixon also walked in the first inning. So did Alfredo Gonzalez, the first 3 in the top of the first, all reaching via the free pass. None of them scoring, though, which is the most important part. Lefty-lefty matchup as Dixon takes ball 1 on the outside, 1-0. Next one into him. That one missing outside. 2-0. Scott going to the stretch on that. Maybe trying to catch Dixon off guard. Looks in after a deep breath. Now full windup he goes. The pitch. That one catching the zone on the outside corner. 2-1. The next lefty pitch. Swung on, high fly ball, deep down the line and right, but it twists well foul with the wind. Had the distance, but a long strike. It's 2-2. Take a look at Washington's schedule. After this, a 3-game series against Washington. Didn't they play Joliet, the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Fourth German-American Bank strikeout. Fourth strikeout in the last inning and 2/3 for Braden Scott. Seems to be in a rhythm now. Working well as Alfredo Gonzalez stands in. Gonzalez looking to extend to this top of the 3rd as the pitch swung on, line drive into center. Back on it, Campbell makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down here in the 3rd for Braden Scott. We go to the bottom. Evansville looking to pounce. No score here on 96.9 WYAR on the Otters Digital Network.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Bottom of the third, still no score here in Evansville. The Otters really just have struggled offensively, looking to break through. It'll be 9-1-2 due up. Justin Felix, Dennis Pierce, Graham Brown. Jack Eisenbarger has looked good through the first 2 innings. Has a couple of strikeouts. Has allowed 1 runner in each of the first 2, though. Here comes Justin Felix to the plate. Felix has struggled with the bat, 121 average. 2 homers, 10 RBI on the year.
Number 5, Justin Felix.
The Otters' backstop is a right-handed hitter, facing the lefty and Eisenbarger, who begins the motion here in the bottom of the third, and the pitch. That one misses inside, 1-0. No score here in the bottom half of the third. These teams, even though Evansville has struggled as the 1-0, swung on and popped up, foul overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. 1-1 the count. Even though the Otters have struggled the past couple of matchups, most of them have been competitive. This season, only a couple where either team got ahead big, the 1-1. That one just missing inside, 2-1. We had a 4-3 final, 5-3, 6-3, 4-2, 1-0, 3-1, 3-0. So these 2 teams have been evenly matched this year, just Lake Erie getting the better of the Otters most of the time, as the 2-1 swung on and missed way out in front of the spinner, 2-2. And through the first 2.5, it's been close here at Bosse, and this season series finale for these 2. The final of 12 matchups. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Blew the fastball by him. Third strikeout for Eisenbarger, who, as mentioned at the top of this inning, looks sharp. And Evansville, I mean, in 1-run games, they haven't been bad. 10-14, obviously not where you would want to be, but you look at the record and you see 10-14 in 1-run games. That's not awful. Dennis Pierce fouls off the first pitch he sees, 0-1.
Just really turned in the month of July. They're 1-8 in those games in July.
Yeah.
7 of those coming before the All-Star break happened even, which is really a bad 12-game losing streak for Evansville.
0-1, beamed him again. That one on a breaking ball, not a fastball, so. It's tough, but Pierce will take a second bruise for a free base, I guess.
Re-up that OBP.
That's the Frontier League's trade of the day.
Last night, Evansville hit 5 Lake Erie batters. I guess they're taking it out on Dennis Pierce.
Now Graham Brown stands in.
He's halfway to the Ottawa second baseman, Jackie Urbaez, who got hit 4 times last night.
Oof. The pitch, swung on and missed, 0-1. And if you get hit 4 times, it's hard not to take it personally.
At some point.
Yeah. The 0-1 offering from Eisenbarger out of the stretch. Swung on and missed. Again, out in front was Brown, 0-2. Pierce, as mentioned in the first inning, not a stolen base threat, hasn't attempted one this year. Being held by Knotts over there either way. The pitch, in the dirt, good block by Gonzalez, 1-2. Really this year, it's just been the away record that's killed Evansville. 7-26 when on the road. Again, this month of July has been primarily road games. And that's how you really separate the good teams from the great teams, is that road record. The 1-2. Swung on looper over to second, caught by the second baseman, Davey Morgan. Brown just jammed himself there. 2 gone. Now Benson will bat.
JT Benson.
This year against this team, Evansville is 4-7 in the season series against the Crushers. Would like to get that 5th win here tonight in the first at home in July. The pitch. Breaker, top shelf, splits the plate and is taken for a strike. JT popped out in the first. The right-handed hitter takes ball 1 on the outside. Count evened up.
Evansville started really good against this Lake Erie team, winning outside of the resumed game, the first 3. But since then, only been able to take 1 of those games.
1-1 pitch now. Swung on, fouled right back to the screen, 1-2. It felt like early in the year, Evansville was right there in that Central Division race. They really were. And then, I mean, when you lose 12 in a row, it just derails a season. It really can. Especially if you're not way up there. It's the 1-2. Swung on, fouled back again, count stays. We saw that with Sussex County. They had, at one point, I believe, up to an 8-game lead in their division. They lost 7 in a row. And now look what New York's been able to do off the back of that.
Yeah, I mean, after Evansville's sweep of Florence, they were only 4.5 back. That was the end of June.
The 1-2. Swung on, tipped foul, back to the backstop. It stays. And at some points in the season, they were as close as only 2 games away. It's been a story of 2 halves, that's for sure. The 1-2. High, 2-2. And at the beginning of the year, and especially after that sweep against Florence, this team looked like a playoff contender. Looked like they could make a run, go to the playoffs, and then Mississippi came in, derailed that momentum. A tough road trip. The tough series against Gateway is the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3 for out number 3. Eisenbarger is cruising through 3 innings, 4 strikeouts for him, has allowed 3 base runners, has worked through all 3. We're scoreless through 3 here on 96.9 WYAR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
We head to the 4th here in Bosse Field. Braden Scott out there for another inning of work, and he has looked excellent. A little bit shaky there in the first inning, but the last 2, he's looked on point. He's matched Eisenbarger pitch for pitch.
He really has, and that's exactly what you need when you have a guy on the other side who's doing just as well. I mean, I think that Scott and Eisenbarger, this has been a fun matchup to watch, even if it's frustrating from an offensive standpoint for Evansville. A good pitching duel, no one can tell me a good pitching duel is boring, especially when you have guys like this who are attacking the way they are attacking. Like you said, Scott was able to push through a tough first inning and is doing a really good job here through the last two.
It'll be Scout Knotts leading it off against him here in this inning. Knotts is 0 for 1 on the day. Mentioned his last time out against Braden Scott, a couple of big hits. Tries to lead off here and get a big hit against Scott. First pitch is a breaker that finds its mark. Braden Scott jumps out in front, 0-1. IU alum at the field level seats down the first or third baseline. That one on the ground towards short. Tavares will backhand it. He can't glove it. It'll get past him. Graham Brown will go and race for it. Knott's not going to try at second base. It was going to be a tough play over at first base, but unlucky bounce, and the leadoff batter reaches here in the fourth inning.
Yeah, one like that is so tough because it's in the 5.5 hole. You don't know who's going to get it. As a shortstop, you have to come behind it and wait to see if your third baseman is going to cut it off and try to make a play just out of the reach of Graham Brown. Tavares has the range to get over there. Just took a bad hop on him when he decided to backhand it. Because of that bad hop, they're going to give Knotts a hit. Good effort, though, from Tavares.
So it's going to be Derek Vegas DHing today. First pitch to him, swinging high, pop up into shallow right field. That one's hooking into foul territory. L.J. Jones trying to find his way under it. He'll get under it, and bring it in for out number one. It's like making a play out there, trying to make a play before you have the ball. Try to speak before the words are in my mouth.
Well, hey, players can get ahead of themselves sometimes in the transfer. We do the same thing. Don't give us an error, but we do the same thing.
Next up is Jaden Quinn, as I was trying to say, the IU alum at the field level, seats down the third baseline. Getting to watch their IU alum pitcher, Braden Scott, on the mound. First pitch to Quinn. Front door breaker finds its mark. Beautiful spot. He's out in front of him, 0-1. Quinn, one of the 4 strikeout victims for Braden Scott in this game. Mentioned he is a 3-outcome type of hitter. Walked 4 times last night. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one misses outside. Even that count up at 1-1.
Well, we've seen 2 outcomes. Let's hope we don't see the third outcome here tonight. That would be nice.
Of his 15 hits, 6 of them have been home runs.
Oof.
The 1-1 pitch takes that one on the outside corner for strike 2. He's behind 1-2. See each direction. Scott goes on this pitch. He's thrown curveball. He's thrown the changeup. He's thrown the fastball. Got him at 1-2. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one into the left side. Brown will take a look at it. That one's going to get up and overhead for an overhead foul ball. Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it. Count still 1-2.
Never regret it.
Couple of hits off the pitcher, Braden Scott, for Lake Erie. They've walked 3 times. Those are the first 3 batters he faced, but since then he's really been dialed in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing, didn't go as that one just missed the zone on the outside part of the plate. Even the count up at 2-2.
It's a really good take there from Quinn. I mean, that pitch started at his front shoulder, and he somehow laid off of it as it drifted away from the strike zone as it made its way to the plate.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball blew it by him. German-American Bake strikeout for Braden Scott. And there's 2 away in the inning.
I really like that pitch right there, right after the front door breaker, going outside with a fastball. Just doing a good job of showing him something that he hadn't seen since the very beginning of the at-bat, and it worked. Now 5 strikeouts on the day for him, 2 against Quinn.
Next up is Davey Morgan. Morgan has the other hit off of Braden Scott. First pitch, a backdoor breaker, finds its mark. Out in front, 0-1. Morgan doubled off of him to reach in the second. He would be stranded at second base. Runner at first base, 2 away. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another breaker, another foul ball up and out of play. And now he's behind 0-2. So back-to-back breakers. Both of them were backdoor breakers. See which direction he goes here. He can go with the fastball maybe back foot breaker instead of backdoor breaker. We'll see here. Scott takes a look at first. Long to first now. Sets, delivers the 0-2 pitch. Fastball blew it by him at 89 miles per hour. German American Bank strikeout number 6 for Braden Scott. All of them coming after the first inning. And that is now going to put him up over 100 strikeouts for the 4th straight time in an Otters uniform for Braden Scott. That'll do it for us here in the top of the 4th inning, heading to the bottom of the 4th. Here on the Otters Digital Network, Inter 96.9 WYIR.
Join Smile on Down syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
To the bottom of the 4th we go. As I was mentioning at the top half of the inning, with that 6th strikeout in the game, that is the 4th straight season that Braden Scott has pitched here in Evansville for the Otters, where he's gotten up over 100 strikeouts in the season. This is the 5th professional year for Braden Scott on the mound. The only year he didn't get 100 strikeouts was when he was in affiliate ball, where he only pitched about 40, or should say about 60 innings back in 2023. That was actually, he only pitched, it was 22. It was 22 where he pitched 60 innings, the only year of his professional career where he didn't get 100 strikeouts. Even with that, he also had 91. First pitch to L.J. Jones on the ground towards short. Irizarry backhands it, but can't get it. Leadoff base hit for L.J. Jones. The Otters are in business here to start the 4th inning.
Yeah, and that ball was smashed. A high fastball that he rolled over a little bit, but 106 miles per hour off the bat. No wonder that Irizarry, who is a really good fielding shortstop, just couldn't get to it. There's finally some luck for LJ. Again, rolled over a little bit, but when you hit it at 106, it doesn't really matter a whole lot.
So it's Keenan Taylor, the next one up. That with a runner at first base here, no one away. First pitch to Taylor. Fastball that misses just low. He's out in front, 1-0. Taylor tonight 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Eisenbarger pitching from the stretch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pulled the string out in front of it was Taylor. Even that count up at 1-1. These Otters hitters have not really been able to stay back on that off-speed stuff so far. Count now 1-1 to Taylor. Waits on that curveball, puts it into the air towards right center. It's going to send Gomez and Alexander back. Alexander will call him off and bring it in for out number 1. Had some carry to it, but not nearly deep enough to put any damage on the board. And with one away, it's up to J.J. Cruz. He lined a very deep single his first time up. Now hitting with a runner on base and 1 away. First pitch to him is a breaker that is called a strike on the outside corner. And you're calling a tight zone all night. You can't call that a strike.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely tend to agree with you on that.
So the count's 0-1 to Cruz. Here's the pitch. Another breaker. Goes for that one. And now he's behind 0-2. Has to work from behind, does J.J. Cruz. Back-to-back breakers to start this at-bat. Now here's the 0-2 pitch. That's a looper into shallow left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Jones will round second and stay put. Now the Otters have 2 runners on with 1 away. A little bit of luck, but a little bit of luck never hurt anybody.
Yeah, that left side of the infield was playing slightly in a little bit, which is a little odd, but Cruz got jammed, was late on it, flared it out. When it landed, didn't even land in the outfield. It landed on the lip of the dirt and the grass in left field and somehow got down for a hit.
Next is Jared Campbell. Got his first professional hit last night. Stands in 0 for 1 with a very soft ground out. First pitch to him, he takes for a strike on the inside part of the plate, 4 strike 1. Campbell, along with the man on deck, both out of Point Park University. He's one of their main sluggers. So he waits the 0-1 pitch. Takes that one low, evening the count up at 1-1. In his senior season here in 2025, hit to a .385 batting average, had 19 home runs and 13 doubles. Had at least 17 home runs in each of his final 3 seasons. Now waits the 1-1 pitch. Swings through that one, comes up empty. Now he's behind 1-2. Obviously, only his second game played, but man, during batting practice, you watch his swing, it's very nice. Glides through that zone as he makes contact. 1-2 pitch, another breaker, gets him swinging out in front of it. Now they're 2 away here in this inning.
Well, the breaking ball is working wonders right now for Eisenbarger. Evansville just not able to read it out of the hand, not able to read the spin. They're out in front of everything right now that he spins up to him. A lot of that is the good work he's done with the fastball as well around the corners, forcing them to take really close pitches.
First pitch to Tavares. He takes slow for ball 1. Tavares tried to bunt for a single his last time up. Second time tonight, he's hit with a runner in scoring position. 1-0 pitch. That one is lined foul off the top lip of the ceiling. Count's going to even up at 1-1. They felt like last couple of nights struggled to catch up to the fastball. Did better there to make contact with it, trying to shorten up that swing and get to it. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaker that stays high, 2-1.
And obviously, it's always an adjustment. He's getting used to the pro game. A lot of these guys, a lot higher spin rates than what you're used to in college. They know how to work around it a little better, especially a veteran guy like Eisenbarger, and then a guy like Escobar yesterday, who is just really good.
Next pitch misses outside, 3-1.
So it's going to be a bit of an adjustment period for him, but he's good enough in the field to justify his spot in the lineup at short, night in, night out.
Counts 3-1 to Tavares. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Swings that one. Lined into left field. That one's hooking towards the corner. It's going to get out of play. And the count's going to run full. Great swing from Tavares on that one. And for Tavares and Campbell, their last game in college was on May 11th. Trying to get back in the swing of things just baseball-wise in general. LJ Jones over at second base. JJ Cruz at first. They'll both get a head start on this next pitch. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed and strike 3. Pulled the string on him as well as he goes down swinging. 6th strikeout of the game for Jack Eisenbarger. And the Otters are out here in the 4th. We're through 4, still knotted up at 0 as we head to the 5th here in the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org. Right now, in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com.
It's time for the Buffalo Wild Wings 5th inning. Bottomless apps are now here. Visit either Evansville location, 545 Pro Drive, and 715 North Green River Road for details. Braden Scott out there, his 5th inning of work, and with that 6th strikeout, not only is it his 4th straight season here in the Frontier League with 100 strikeouts or more, first one in the Frontier League, 200 strikeouts this season.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been so good this year and so good throughout his career. I mean, there's a reason he's the all-time strikeout leader now in Otters history. Reached that after the game. The resumption of a game all the way back in May concluded on Tuesday. He's just one of the better pitchers that has ever put on an Otters uniform, and he's been consistently good throughout his tenure for Evansville.
First one to face him in this inning is going to be the left-handed hitting Kenan Irizarry. He takes the first pitch up at the letters for strike one. And man, he's really locked in after that first inning. Really the first 3 batters he's locked in since then. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Irizarry. That one just misses outside 1-1.
I mean, he's given up one hard hit ball all night, and that was to Davey Morgan back in the second. Even Scout not single. I mean, it was hit well, but it wasn't hit tremendously good.
1-1 pitch, front door breaker on the ground towards first. Jones gloves it. He's going to toss it to Braden Scott, and he's going to be in time for out number 1. Very close there. I thought maybe he missed the bag there. Thankfully got his foot on the base. With 1 away, it's up to Sebastian Alexander.
Another good pitch there. Just fooled the hitter, and Irizarry got him to roll it over. Was way out in front. Somehow made contact with it, but that's positive for Evansville, getting the first out of this 5th.
Alexander at the plate. First pitch to him. Fastball finds its mark. Scott's out in front, 0-1. Just Alexander's 7th game in a Lake Erie Crusher. This is his 4th game against Evansville. He's played a lot of baseball against these Otters. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That on the line, but foul up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Counts 0-2. A couple of hits back in game 1. Was held hitless last night. Struck out 3 times. Was hit by a pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Another German-American Bank strikeout for Braden Scott. Already his 7th of the game. There's 2 away.
Yeah, Scott looks sharp tonight. He really does. He looks really good. We'll really see how good he looks this 3rd time through the order as the lineup now flips over for the 3rd time. You just hope that he's as sharp as he has been.
Gomez, first pitch to him. Line deep into left field. Taylor's going to be sent back. I think he's off the end of the bat, and he's going to be able to camp under it and bring it in for out number 3. So Braden Scott works a 1-2-3 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th, still knotted up at 0 here on the Otters Digital Network, Inter 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org.
To the bottom of the Buffalo Wild Wings 5th inning we go. Remember, guys, bottomless apps are now here. Visit either Evansville location, 5 Pearl Drive, or 715 North Greenwood Road for details. Overcast sky tonight, but it feels great here in the ballpark. Thank you so much for joining me and, of course, the ever-always great Riley Angel here at Bosse Field. Evansville trying to get their first win of the month as we enter the final day of the month. 0-8, not a lot of home games this month. 3 games against Gateway, one of the best teams in the Frontier League. 3 games against Mississippi, a team that's really feels like they've had our number all season. Now 3 games against Lake Erie. It's not been easy. First pitch to Justin Fuchs is taken inside for ball 1. You should really hope big win tonight. You go into August with some momentum. Try to just have a fun month of August to end the season. 1-0 pitch. That one is skied into center field, and on it is Dario Gomez. He will get under and bring it in for out number 1, a quick out number 1 for the Otters here in the 5th.
And, I mean, just to salvage one here at home in July, it would feel good, especially just how tough this month has been. It has been so hard. So many great teams that this team is playing. They caught Ottawa at the wrong time. Quebec has consistently been the best team in the league. They caught Lake Erie twice at the wrong time. It's been a weird month.
First pitch to Pierce is called a strike on the outside edge. He'll start behind 0-1.
And at the beginning of the month, you have Schaumburg during 4th of July weekend, and then Washington, who at the time was in first place.
Inside misses now 1-1. And like with the way Washington, Lake Erie, Gateway, and Schaumburg have played, unlikely that Mississippi will make the playoffs, but you could be talking about playing every single team this month being a playoff team.
Yep.
1-1 pitch, that's grounded, foul, now 1-2.
I mean, at least playoff caliber. I mean, Mississippi had somehow gotten all the way back to over 500 at 34-33, and they're still 8.5 games back of the division. I mean, you look at the teams, and it's been one heck of a 30 days.
1-2 pitch, breaker misses high, just high, 2-2. Since the All-Star break, Evansville has won at least one game in each series they've played. Took one against Lake Erie in Lake Erie. Took one against Quebec. Took one against Ottawa. 2-2 pitch on the ground towards second. It'll be the first baseman, Quinn, who takes it in. Tossed to first to the pitcher, who's covering in time for out number 2.
Again, we can pretend there's one out, and that's perfectly fine with me.
We'll save it for another inning.
Okay, gotcha. We'll have our 4-out inning in the 9th. How about that?
I was hoping for more one of you have a runner on.
Okay, you know what? That's fair.
But Graham Brown up 2 away. Has the lone damage in this series against Lake Erie off a solo shot. First pitch to him. He takes low for ball 1. He is 0 for 2. Still searching for that first hit tonight. 1-0 pitch. He takes high, ball 2. Good couple of takes for him in this at-bat. Popped up his last time out, struck out his first time up. 2-0 pitch. That one's lined directly back. Counts 2-1. No mesh fence and ducking for cover.
Hey, I was ready. I'm ready to make a play.
Maybe one of these days they'll sneak by here.
Maybe.
2-1 pitch to Brown. Lines that one towards right, but out of play. And the count will even up at 2-2.
First time in Lake Erie this year, I had one hit the window of my broadcast booth. Still ready to make that play, I'll tell you what.
I had one next to me, but it didn't hit mine. 2-2, that one's lined foul. Another good at bat here from Graham Brown.
Just don't be John Sterling and have it hit you in the forehead, like what happened to him last year.
Well, sometimes you're looking down after a foul ball and you aren't expecting it, and boom, you know.
True.
Here's the next 2-2 to Brown. Takes that one low and in. Count runs full. Another great take there from Graham Brown. Went back foot breaker. Must be so tough to lay off They disappear from you. Here's the payoff pitch. Pulled the string, got him swinging. So the Otters also go down in order in the 5th. Still knotted up through 5. Great pitcher's duel we've got here. We head to the 6th here on the Otters Digital Network, Inter 96.9 WYIR.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
We're through 5 here in Bosse Field. It's been 5 scoreless. An absolute pitcher's duel we've had so far, and Braden Scott out there for a 6th inning of work. And hopefully he can keep this game tied as we move on, as this game moves along.
Absolutely. And it's just, it has that feel of a game where whoever's going to score first has a crazy advantage with the way the other pitcher is throwing the baseball. And you just hope that it's eventually Evansville that's able to do that scoring first, especially as well as Braden Scott has been pitching. He deserves to get a win here tonight, at least just pure numbers-wise, and you look at the line score.
First pitch to Burl Dixon. Finds the mark, and he jumps out in front of him 0-1. Scott used 70 pitches through those first 5. The Otters not afraid to use him more than 100 pitches. His most this year, 125. The 0-1 pitch, front door breaker, called ball 1. Just didn't bend enough. Evens count up at 1-1. Dixon standing in the left-handed batter's box, awaiting the 1-1 pitch. Takes that one just outside, 2-1 now. Dixon did walk his first time up, part of the 3 walks that Braden Scott threw in the first inning. Struck out his last time up. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Dixon. Takes that one on the outside edge. That one gets called. Now it's 2-2. Both pitchers so far through 5 with 7 strikeouts. Obviously shutout ball. 2 hits, 3 walks for Braden Scott. 3 hits, no one walked for Eisenbarger. Counts 2-2 to Dixon. Scott's gonna ask for a new baseball and he'll get it. Dixon will step back in. Scott will look into his battery mate Felix, agree and deliver the 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Felix will have to toss it down to first. Will get it down there in time. The 8th German-American baked strikeout for Braden Scott, and there's one away.
I mean, he's just dealing right now. 8 strikeouts through 5 1/3. His season high is 10, and he achieved that technically on Tuesday. So possibly 2 10-strikeout games in the span of 2 days.
That might be a record.
Might be.
Here's Alfredo Gonzalez. First pitch to him is going to miss up and away for ball 1. Scott, this is his 15th start of the season. Talks about it a ton. He's been so excellent. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is fouled up and overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count now 1-1. And then started against Lake Erie, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, 3 runs given up. All of them were unearned. In fact, all 6 runs in that game were unearned, which has got to hurt for Evansville. That one is fouled up and overhead as well, and now the count 1-2 to Alfredo Gonzalez. Counts 1-2 to Gonzalez as he steps out and takes his time. Drew Walker's first time out, flew out to center field his last time. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Takes it, just missed inside. Now it's 2-2. How close that one was. Amazing take from Gonzalez. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's taken just a bit low. Now it's full. Gonzalez, the former big leaguer, showing his patience up there at the plate. Also the hitting coach for this Lake Erie squad. Here's the payoff pitch. Takes that one low for ball 4. Last 3 pitches missed just below the zone. There's one away with a runner on for Scout Knotts. Knotts stepping in, runner at first base. Here's the first pitch. Breaker misses inside, counts 1-0. Knotts does have a hit tonight. He's 1 for 2. That hit was a slow roller that really was basically an infield single. 1-0 pitch. Taken on the inside part of the plate, even in the count up at 1-1. Scott continues to work around the edges. Hasn't really left many of these pitches really down the middle of the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's taken just low, 2-1. Gonzalez took a big jump over there at first base, but decided against stealing. Gonzalez over at first base does have 8 stolen bases in 9 attempts, so he's not afraid to steal. Throw over to first base. Took his time getting back, almost got him, but he does get back in time. Scott always does a good job at holding those runners at first base with his move to the plate. Looks over at first base, does Scott, now delivers the 2-1 pitch. That one lined in deep left field, back on it is Taylor, still going back to the track, to the wall, it's gonna get down and past him. Brown will bring it in, throw it to the cutoff man, no throw to the plate, and Lake Erie is going to jump out in front 1-0. As Taylor just couldn't make the play out in left center. And Knotts, it's a big double against Braden Scott, the 3rd extra base hit he's hit against him the last 2 times he's faced him. And Lake Erie strikes first.
Yeah, that's just a fastball that's down the middle of the plate. And again, it's tough that has to go against Braden Scott. And I mentioned at the beginning of this inning, this is a game where it feels like the first team that scores has a massive advantage, and now Lake Erie is in front 1-0. You just hope the offense is able to do something.
And now Max Peterson out there to talk with this pitcher. Again, just settle him down and make sure you can try to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs. You really don't want to give Lake Erie any more than the lead they already have. On deck is Derek Vegas. No hits for him in this game. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped out so far in this game. Peterson will walk off, having some words with the home plate umpire. Very nice crowd at the ballpark tonight, trying to root on an Otters win. But right now, the Evansville's going to have to play from behind. Derek Vegas at the plate. Knotts over at second base. Here's the first pitch. Misses inside. He'll start behind Knotts 1-0. Scott, who's been so good for Evansville all season, has been great tonight. Working through the first jam he's had since the first inning. 1-0 pitch, grounded foul off of Vegas's leg. It's going to even the count up at 1-1. Braden Scott, of course, the former Indiana Hoosier. Signed on with the Otters back in 2023. Or 2021. Played affiliate ball with the Blue Jays for a couple of seasons. Joined back with Evansville in 2023. And since then has been a mainstay in this Otters rotation. Made 20 starts last year. He's making his 15th start this season. And as far as consistency goes, he's been out there giving consistent starts day in and day out.
Yeah, he really has. And again, this just not a fault of his own. He's pitched one heck of a ball game.
Now the count's 1-1 to Vegas. DHing tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Takes that one on the inside part of the plate. Now the count's 1-2. Trying to keep this one-run deficit where it's at. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Scott. Check swing, foul tip into the right side of the foul territory. Count still 1-2. Vegas has been one of the best hitters for Lake Erie, especially as of late. Leads the team in batting average among qualified hitters. His 47th game this year with Lake Erie. 1-2 pitch, taken high, 2-2. Currently in the midst of an 8-game hitting streak that included 3 hits in the game on Tuesday, a hit last night. Still searching for his first hit tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Backdoor breaker called, strike 3, got him looking. German American Bank strikeout number 9 for Braden Scott, and there's 2 away.
I mean, that's just a really good pitch there from Scott. Looks to get out of trouble here, and this is 6th, only allowing the 1 run, hopefully, which gives his team a chance to still come back again. 1 run feels like a lot right now, but in reality, it's not that much.
First pitch to Quinn, misses outside, ball 1. Quinn has struck out twice tonight, 0 for 2. One 0 pitch, he fouls that one back. Hefty swing. Count will be 1-1. Jaden Quinn has only registered 4 at-bats so far in this series. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Front door breaker. Called ball 2. Felix could not handle it. Counts 2-1. He pinch hit and struck out on the 29th. Last night went 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he walked 4 times. Tonight he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So it's either been strikeout or walk. 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. Counts 2-1 to Quinn. As Scott comes set and delivers. Taken just outside, now 3-1. Two-away runner at second base. Lake Erie does have 1 in this inning. They lead 1-0. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Quinn. Chopper towards first. Jones takes it in. He'll take it himself to first base. It's in time for out number 3. But Lake Erie does get 1. They jump out in front. Otters need to come from behind here as they head to bat in the bottom of the 6th on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Otters Digital Network. Otters now trail 1-0. They have to fight from behind, but Jack Eisenbarger's had their number tonight.
Yeah, he certainly has. He has been on fire so far here in this one. You just hope that the Otters are able to get something going against him.
First pitch to Benson is taken inside for a strike. He'll start behind 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Benson. That one misses way outside, now 1-1. It's now 17 consecutive innings Evansville's been held scoreless. It's the longest streak of the season. I mean, Lake Erie, again, best pitching staff in the league as far as ERA goes. 1-1 pitch. That one's lined back overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it. Counts 1-2.
And whenever Lake Erie comes to town, you know that it's going to be really tough offensively, but never really think it's going to be this tough offensively. I mean, it has been really hard for these Otters hitters to get anything going these past 3 days.
Counts now 1-2. Pitch inside, and it hit him right on the knee. So Eisenbarger hasn't walked anybody, but he's now hit 3 batters.
Yeah, and that's really the only blemish that he's had here tonight. He hit Pierce twice and now has hit Benson. So it's really the only thing that he's really struggled with, I guess you could say, is a little bit of control on the inside half to right-handers.
This Otters team, again, they've scored at least 4 runs in every game since the All-Star break. That hasn't been against Lake Erie. They haven't scored more than 2 in a game against Lake Erie since then. It's LJ Jones. That first pitch misses low, 1-0. Again, this is the 6th game they've played against Lake Erie since the All-Star break. Only scored 4 runs in 5.5 games against them. 1-0 pitch on the ground. That's going to be past the shortstop into left field. Benson rounding second. He'll take a big turn, but he'll get back to second base. And back-to-back runners reach here in the 6th inning. Now Evansville is threatening.
And this is where you need to take advantage. Lake Erie doesn't have anyone in the bullpen, so Evansville gets something going. It's going to take a while for that arm to get loose. So if you're able to string a couple of hits together now, get on the board, take a lead, feels a lot better. Especially with Evansville, they don't have anyone warming up either, so you would assume Braden Scott's coming back out for the 7th.
Now it's Keenan Taylor. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch, he squares around and bunt, pops it up into foul territory. Over towards it is Gonzalez, but it gets into the Lake Erie dugout. It'll be strike number 1. Great try there by Alfredo Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's a really good effort. Nearly sliding into his own dugout and kicked some dirt up in the face of his coaches.
Well, counts 0-1. I don't know how many times Keenan Taylor's been asked to sacrifice bunt. And first one didn't look great. Not still playing in, expecting the bunt. Here's the 0-1 pitch, squares around again. Misses it. Now the count's 0-2.
Just been one of those weeks. Got to find a way. And even if that means having Keenan Taylor sacrifice bunt on his first 2 strikes, you have to find a way to get something going.
Well, he'll have to do it from behind 0-2. Eisenbarger still looking in, now agrees and comes set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaker line towards right field. That one's snagged by Davey Morgan. Benson off for second base, and it's a double play. Luck giveth and luck taketh away. That was well struck off the bat of Keenan Taylor, but
Number 17, J.J. Cruz.
fortunately Davey Morgan making a very athletic play. And I will say, couldn't see it even a little bit. Pole was in the way.
Well, it was a good play. It's not too often I get to write 6 unassisted double play in my scorebook.
First pitch to J.J. Cruz. He takes down the middle for strike 1. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's 4 unassisted.
4 unassisted. Yeah, you're right, because second base. Yeah. Oh, man.
Still runner on with 2 away for J.J. Cruz. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Fastball taken in the outside corner for strike 2.
It's been one of those weeks, Lucas. It's been one of those weeks.
And if it's just hit a little bit higher, the Otters at least tie it up. That was gap bound, maybe even take the lead. But instead, there's 2 away. No one in scoring position. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Cruz. Breaker on the ground towards second. Morgan will take it in. Throw to first, going to be in time for out number 3. So the Otters get a couple of runners on. But a bad luck double play ends their threatening. We'll head to the 7th inning. Otters still trail by 1 here on the Otters Digital Network. Inter 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-State's Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Top of the 7th, 1-0 Lake Erie here in Evansville. Braden Scott back on the mound here in the 7th, looking to put up another 0 on the board. Gave up a run on 1 hit in the 6th inning after a walk and a double, but was sandwiched in between there. 2 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts on the day for Scott. Boy, he's pitched well, and man, he's just been matched by Eisenbarger. These two have been going at it all night. We'll see how Scott fares against the final 3 in this order. It's Davey Morgan, Kenan Irizarry, and Sebastian Alexander. The 3 due up. Morgan 1 for 2 tonight, a double and a strikeout. right-handed hitter awaits the first pitch and takes strike one, 0-1. Evansville, boy, it's just been such a tough 3 days against this Lake Erie pitching staff, and with the way their bullpen is as the 0-1 on the way, taken 1-1. Going to be hard-pressed to find too many more opportunities in the last 3 innings, but you have to find a way. Next one into Morgan is swung on and grounded to short. Tavares gobbles, throws, one away.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking
Especially with the way that your ace is throwing, and when Braden Scott's on the mound and he's giving up 1 run through 6 1/3, you think that's a win. Absolutely a win. But then you realize we're facing the 2 best arms in the best rotation in the league.
Kind of the way it works. Sometimes it's been unfortunate this year. Scott's worked a lot of good games. Unfortunately, the others only 7-6 in his starts.
First pitch to Irizarry's fouled off into the screen.
Three and 5 in his last 8 as well.
0-1 now from the left-handed starter. He's taken outside, 1-1. All I'm going to say is, boy, I'm glad July's coming to an end. That's all I'm going to say. Tomorrow, August 1st, we can flip the page on this July conversation. Have hopefully a fun month to end the year as the 1-1. Swung on, hard liner deep into left field. Back on it, Taylor makes the catch just about 10 feet in front of the warning track for the second out here in the 7th.
We mentioned it a little bit earlier, but Taylor's making those look easy right now. But beginning of the season, there were a lot of those where just couldn't make those plays, was struggling to find the ball and locate it over his shoulder when he's running back. But right there was another great example of being in front of it, staying behind it, and being able to bring it in for, again, made it look easy for an out number 2, but when you transition from the infield into the outfield, it can be really tough to try to find out those sight lines and find the angles, but he's really put it together to be a really good outfielder.
The 1-0 is swung on in a knuckling line drive into center, just past the diving glove of Tavares as it ricochets off the tip of his glove into center. That's going to be a 2-out, softly hit single for Sebastian Alexander. And for Taylor, it helps that he not only has been put in the outfield, but he's pretty much been put in the outfield primarily at left field. It's not like he's bouncing around to spots, which would make it tougher for him to learn the outfield spots, but getting most of his looks in left, he's used to now being out there, reading the ball off the bat from that position in the field, which certainly helps as the first pitch to Dario Gomez as the lineup flips over. Inside, it's 1-0. Now the 4th time through the lineup for Scott. Not unusual that he's this far into the game facing the lineup the 4th time through. Again, the most trusted arm for this Otters team. 1-0 into Gomez is taken inside just barely. 2-0. Gomez is 0 for 2. Strikeout, flyout, and walked all the way back in the 1st. Caught stealing in that 1st inning as well. Lake Erie looking for win at number 40 on the season. The 2-0. Down and away, 3 balls and no strikes. Still no one up for Evansville in their bullpen. Scott already with 4 walks on the day, but again, 3 of them coming in the first 3 batters of the contest. Since then, has settled it down. Has collected 9 strikeouts as well. As the 3-0 in is taken all the way, but right down central, 3-1. Sebastian Alexander over at first also doing some dancing, as has a lot of this team this week, this series especially, trying to get in the Otters pitchers' heads. As the 3-1 out of the stretch, runner takes off. In there for a strike. Throw it down from Felix, not going to be in time. Sebastian Alexander with a stolen base. Now the second run of the day for Lake Erie in scoring position. That's Alexander's third stolen base of the year. We'll have a payoff pitch incoming. Scott looks in and now steps off. Gomez ready once more on the right side of the dish. Scott peering into Felix and agrees. Hands belt high, looks back towards second. Out of the stretch, the payoff. Just missing down and in, ball 4. So back-to-back 2-out base runners now for Lake Erie.
Left fielder.
We take a look around this Frontier League. New York and Tri-City were postponed. Gateway over Joliet, 9-6 currently in the 6th. Florence losing to Windy City, 1-0. 12-3 Sussex County in front of Trois-Rivières. Ottawa over Quebec, 12-0. Braden Scott, the pitch in to Dixon, takes it for a strike, 0-1. The Crushers left fielder, 0 for 2. A walk, has struck out a couple of times. Worked with a really big run in scoring position right now. 1-0 the score, top 7. The pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Lake Erie trying to extend this lead one further. Still no one up either side. Both staffs riding with their pitchers. 2 on, 2 out. Nothing in 2 the count. Scott sets. Looks towards second. Out of the stretch, the pitch. Both runners go. Throw down to third, not going to be in time. But it was called strike 3 anyway. So now 10 strikeouts for Braden Scott. Just the second time this year he's eclipsed the 10 strikeout number. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Lake Erie. Here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Nicely done. Let's get some runs.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Bottom of the 7th upcoming. 1-0 Lake Erie in front. Jack Eisenberger has been sharp through 6 innings. He has 7 strikeouts of shutout baseball. Has only allowed 4 hits. He will face Jared Campbell, Chris Tavares, and Justin Felix, the 3 due up. So we'll see how he does against the bottom third. Evansville finally getting some action going on their side of the bullpen. Lake Erie, no one throwing yet. Some stretching going on, as Nolan Thebe is currently warming up for Evansville. Here's Jared Campbell.
Defensive substitution for Lake Erie. Jared Watkins in for Jaden Quinn. He'll be playing shortstop. Irizarry moves over to third base.
Pitch to Watkins in there for a strike, 0-1. Next one in. Swung on, foul tipped at the plate. 0-2 now.
He double hit that. Fouled it off at the plate. Then his backswing hit the ball again.
I'll say that's talent, but I don't think he meant to do that. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, soft bounce to third. Charging is Irizarry. Throw to first in time. One gone. So now some action going for Lake Erie in the pen. I mean, why not with the bullpen that you have? Might as well use it, especially in a one-run game. Braden Sittinger. Oh, boy. Here's Crix Taveras, still searching for that elusive first hit. He's 0 for 2. 0 for 7 total. The pitch. Front doored him, but missed low. 1-0.
It's kind of the back of the been the back end of their bullpen. Sittinger in the 8th, Brewer in the 9th.
The pitch fouled off. 1-1.
It was the exact order they used it in the back end of the finale in Lake Erie. And again, both those innings, Evansville loaded the bases in the 8th, put runners in the corners in the 9th, but just couldn't push across any runs against them.
1-1. Inside, had him lean back. Played a game of limbo with him. 2-1.
And back, obviously this was in May, but they got Brewer to blow a save, so they've taken good at-bats against these guys. Hopefully, if they need to, they can strike against them.
Next one, swung on and missed way behind on the 92-mile-per-hour fastball. 2-2. And after seeing that, if I'm Eisenbarger, I'm just going right back to it. Try and tie him up again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. 1-0 Lake Erie. Here it is. Swung on, jam shot, foul territory, left side. Catching it is Irizarry in foul territory for the second out. So now 2 gone, bottom of the 7th, 1-0 bad guys here in Bosse Field.
The catcher, number 5, Justin Felix.
Here's Justin Felix. Felix is 0 for 2, has flown out and struck out. First pitch that he sees. Just misses high. 1-0. Just looking to extend this bottom of the 7th for the top of the lineup, due up next. The pitch. Swung on and missed, a little out in front of the change. 1-1. Was definitely sitting fastball there. Phoebe still warming. The pitch. Swung on and missed, tied him up. 1-2. And if that was Braden Scott's last inning, I mean, what an outing for him it was. 10 strikeouts, 7 innings of 1-run baseball, but would be in line for the loss if nothing happens here in this frame.
It's also his 8th quality start of the season.
The 1-2. Swung on, popped up, foul right side. Drifts out of play.
And a guy who has 8 quality starts in the season, yet he seems 7-6 in your starts. It's got to be... It's just unfortunate, I guess.
Here's the 1-2. Missing outside. 2-2 now. Here's the next one. Inside, we'll have a full count. So Felix working a good at-bat after falling behind. A couple of misses from Eisenbarger. 3-2. 2 gone. 1-0 Lake Erie, bottom 7. Both teams with 4 hits. Evansville has committed an error. Lake Erie has none.
I'll say this is Justin Felix' 3rd straight start, but he's taken a lot of good at-bats.
The pitch swung on and missed. Blew it by him on the 92-mile-per-hour heater. So make that 8 strikeouts now for Eisenbarger. Through 7, he has the Otters shut out. We go to the 8th. 1-0 Lake Erie here on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Nolan Thebe will enter. Braden Scott exits after 7 innings of 1-run baseball. He struck out 10, walked 5, but 3 of them in the first inning. He looked dominant here tonight.
Yeah, outside of a couple of batters, the Alfredo Gonzalez getting on and then the double from Scout Knotts, he was pretty much untouchable tonight after that first inning. But unfortunately for Evansville, they've been going up against another fantastic starter, and Eisenbarger haven't been able to hit him. So even with this amazing start, he's in line for the loss, and Evansville's going to need to do some work in the final 2 innings to get back into this one.
It'll be Nolan Thebe. He enters, making 22 appearances, 28 and a third he's pitched. 2.86 the ERA for him. 29 strikeouts in those 22 appearances. Last time out was against this Lake Erie team where he pitched an inning, didn't allow a hit, walked 2, but got a strikeout, didn't allow a run either.
It was last night, and hopefully he can go in there tonight and control it a little bit better, but work a scoreless 8th to keep Evansville just behind 1.
Gonzalez lines one into center for a leadoff hit here in the top of the 8th against Thebe. Third time that Gonzalez has reached here tonight. So Scout Knotts works with a runner in scoring position. Last time he came up and Gonzalez was on first. Hit an RBI double. Knotts does have 2 hits. He's 2 for 3, so finally making Evansville pay here in this series. As the first pitch is taken for a strike, it's 0-1. Knotts had struggled against this team. Last night he reached, but twice on the fielder's choice and a walk and a hit by pitch as well. The 0-1 in there, 0-2. Tonight was the first night where he had a hit against Evansville this series. But he is responsible for the only run on the board, so he's had the biggest hit of the night. The right-hander awaits the 0-2 from Thebe, who works out of the stretch. Swung on hard liner, that's going to split the gap in left center. Slicing towards center, cutting it off is Campbell. Heading to third is Gonzalez. Campbell bobbles it in center, allowing Knotts to get into second standing. And Alfredo Gonzalez took a tumble over at third. Fell down as he was making his way to the bag. Slow to get up.
Designated hitter for Derek Vegas.
But he's okay, all smiles. But the second double, or possibly even a single, and an error committed in center, which will most likely be what it's scored. We'll get the official scoring for you here in a second. Here's Derek Vegas, who works with 2 runners in scoring position, but there will be a meeting on the mound.
That last pitch just hung it top of the zone. Knotts took advantage. And with that meeting, Gunnar Dennis out there quickly warming up in the Otters bullpen.
Just can't afford to get down any more right now. Really can't. Looking to avoid being shut out for the second straight night and being swept by Lake Erie here at home. Infield drawn in against Vegas. The pitch from Thebe is taken outside, 1-0. On third is Gonzalez. On second, Scout Knotts. Righty and Thebe sets. Looks into Felix. Hands just above the belt. Here it is. High. 2-0. Dennis is working quickly in the bullpen. You would imagine the leash is fairly short currently for Thebe.
If I'm Max Peterson, I just want him to work down, 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 and if you walk him, so be it. I'd be ready to bring in Dennis against the couple lefties upcoming.
The pitch. Swung on and he popped him up on the infield. Right side foul territory. Hustling over Felix and Jones, but it gets up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. This just feels like such a huge moment in this game. With Evansville only 6 outs to work with offensively. And a mountain seemingly to climb against this bullpen. The 2-1. Low gets away from Felix, but no one advances. 3 balls and a strike. Vegas tonight is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, popped out, and struck out. The next guy up would be Watkins instead of Jaden Quinn, who is also a left-handed hitter. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, popped him up behind home plate. Back on it, Felix, not enough room. 3-2.
That overhead foul ball is brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Infield still drawn in. Top of the 8th, 1-0 Lake Erie. Runners on second and third, still nobody out. The pitch. Swung on, line drive down the left field line. That's going to get down for a base hit and roll all the way up against the wall. 1 run is in easily. Knots will be in easily as well. A 2 RBI stand-up double for Derek Vegas. 3-0 Crushers.
Shortstop.
So the first 3 against Thebe reach, all via the knock. And now it's Jared Watkins who will bat, who is currently playing at the shortstop position. Here comes Max Peterson. And looks like that is going to be it for Nolan Thebe here in this ball game. It'll be Gunnar Dennis who enters when we come back. 3-0 Lake Erie, top 8, nobody out. Here on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Gunnar Dennis on the mound. Justin Felix behind the plate. That pitcher catcher battery brought to you by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Wind River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. Gunnar Dennis, the left-hander, looks to come in here and shut the door in his first Otters appearance last night when an inning struck out 2. Only faced 3 batters, went 3 up, 3 down. So we'll see if he can continue that good work here tonight in a big spot. 3-0 Lake Erie, top of the 8th. Nobody out and a runner on second after a 2 RBI double from Derek Vegas.
Please, a pinch runner, 6, Sam Franco.
Sam Franco is running for Vegas at second as a pinch runner, so it will be Franco at second, not Vegas, the one who drove in the 2, as the first pitch into Jared Watkins, who's pinch hitting, or not pinch hitting, as a balk is called on Dennis. Eddie McCauley immediately popping out of the Otters dugout as Franco now reaches third.
It's because he didn't balk. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
He stepped onto the mound and he called a balk, and now he's going to bring the umpires in. We'll see if they caught it.
Well, we'll see. That is interesting. I mean, it was immediate, too, before the first pitch was even thrown to Watkins. So the crew of Boucher, Matsuda, and Phillips all talking, and they will send back the runner to second, and now Jared Lemieux is going to try and get an explanation.
Well, it's the right call. Like I said, he hadn't even stepped onto the rubber yet. He wasn't taking any signals from Felix behind the plate. He was just stepping on to the rubber. It was very clear. That's why McCauley was upset immediately. And they made the right call. They came together. The umpires out in the field recognized it. It was the right call. It was the right decision to go and have that conference. You know, Lemieux can be upset on it, obviously, because you want to help out your team, but ultimately it is the right call. It wasn't a balk.
So there's still a conversation happening on the third base side, just inside foul territory. They will send him back. So Franco will be at second. So Jared Watkins, who was entered into the field last inning, bats for the first time. Lefty-lefty matchup, in the first pitch here from Dennis is swung on and missed, blew it right by him, 0-1.
So we saw from Dennis in his first outing was incredible control of his fastball and his sweeper. He's got a wide sweeper. He's so tough to face against these lefties.
Here's the 0-1 from Dennis out of the stretch. That one missing, down and away, 1-1. Dennis sets on the far third base side of the rubber. Sets his hands belt high. Agrees with Felix. The 1-1. Swung on, grounded foul, wide of first. 1-2. Still nobody out here in the top of the 8th. 2 already in. For Lake Erie, 3-0 to score. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, tapped foul at the dish. So we do it again. Dennis with really good movement on all of his stuff. Like you said, great control of it, at least from what we saw in the first 3 outs of his career. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled back again. Watkins battling. Evansville this weekend goes down to Florence, Kentucky for a 3-game set to begin their month of August. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, tapped foul at the plate again. 1-2. 6:03 p.m. game, 5:40 p.m. game, and a 12:07 p.m. game. So 3 different game times in Florence this weekend before welcoming the Boulders of New York into town for a 3-game homestand. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, fouled off right side. Dennis just cannot find a way to put Watkins away. Speaking of Florence and their battle with Windy City, it is still 1-0 Thunderbolts in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. Inside, beamed him in the back. Square in between the shoulder blades, and after a long at-bat, Watkins reaches the painful way.
Second baseman.
And now 2 runners on, nobody out, top 8. Davey Morgan now bats. He has a double tonight. He's 1 for 3. And time called as something fell off of Morgan's wrist. Looks like his wrist guard. But he has it back on and stands in. Here's the first pitch to him. In there. 0-1 on a pitch at the knees. Infield double play depth. First and second are where the runners are at. Next one in from the lefty and Dennis. Swung on, grounded. Can't pick it on a backhand was Tavares. Here comes the 4th run in. Taylor will not make a throw. He throws it into third instead. So it's going to be Davey Morgan who drives in another in Sam Franco, make it 4-0 Lake Erie.
3, Kenan Irizarry.
Tavares has played such a good defensive shortstop tonight. Just caught in between trying to charge it and trying to wait on it. And it hopped over him, couldn't make a play, and Lake Erie takes advantage, scores another run.
So an RBI single. Here's Kenan Irizarry. The pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-1. You hate to feel like a game is out of reach when it's only 4 runs, but it's just a different feeling in the air right now. With the way this Lake Erie team has pitched as the 0-1. Swung on, high bouncer to first, but it gets foul, 0-2. But when you have guys like Sittinger and Brewer out of the bullpen, back to back, it's difficult. It really is.
You also wonder if it changes the strategy now that the lead hasn't been extended.
Yep.
Out of safe territory.
Here's the 0-2 from the lefty to the lefty in Irizarry. Swung on, soft tapper to first. Charging is Jones. He'll take it himself for 1 out. So finally, the first out of the inning is recorded. Both runners advance 90 feet, so second and third is where they stand. 1 away, top of the 8th, 4-0 Lake Erie. The Crushers have now out-hit the Otters 8-4 through 7 1/3, and Evansville has committed 2 errors as well. Here's the pitch. Up and away. 1-0. Infield drawn in once again. Alexander awaits the 1-0. And takes it in the back. Bases loaded now with only 1 away, top of the 8th. That's the second batter now that Dennis has hit.
Center fielder, 25, Dario Gomez.
And it flips the lineup card over as the leadoff man, Dario Gomez, will bat with the bases juiced. Here comes Max Peterson to talk to his pitcher. No one up in the Otters bullpen, so it's just a meeting between the 3 of Felix, Dennis, and Max. An inning that you would really like not to get fully away from you. Already a crooked number on the board. But with bases loaded, it could definitely be a lot worse. Only one away. Really love a ground ball or a pop out right here. First pitch to Gomez. Swung on and missed. Blew it right by him. Seemed like he was way late on that 88-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah, he was way behind that one. And when Dennis's fastball has been thrown, it's been more 92 than anything.
The 0-1. Swung on, grounded foul, wide of third, 0-2. Gomez stands in. Middle infielder's back, corners playing slightly in. Outfield straight up. 4-0 Lake Erie, 8th inning, the pitch. Swung on, fought foul, first base side into the stands. Couple of finals in the Frontier League here tonight. 9-4 New Jersey over Washington. Windy City does beat Florence 1-0. Then down east, beating Brockton 1-0 as well. Here's the 0-2. High, 1-2.
Dennis has done a good job of getting to 2 strikes. Really, the one thing he hasn't had tonight is that put-away pitch. See if you can find it here.
It's on its way. Inside, nearly got him. 2-2. So nearly hit home or run. Now there's some action brewing for Evansville in the pen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. 4-0 Lake Erie, top 8. Gomez looking to break this one wide open. The 2-2. Swung on, grounded to third. Charging is Brown. Goes to home for a 1. No chance for a double play. But Graham Brown doing the smart thing and going home. Retiring. The runner coming in on the force. Now 2 away. Bases loaded. Much more manageable as Burl Dixon comes to the plate. This the 9th batter that the Crushers have sent to the dish, so they have batted around here in this 8th frame. Dixon is hitless, a walk and a trio of strikeouts. The pitch. Inside, almost got him. 1-0. A ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here it is to the left-hander. Missing. 2 balls and no strikes. That one low. Dennis trying to work his way back into this count. Out of the stretch, here it is. Missing, same spot. 3 balls, no strikes. Now trying to just avoid walking in a run. There is throwing going for Evansville. Looks like Ryan Wiltsey. The pitch. Taking all the way, splitting the plate. 3-1 now. So 1 strike closer is Dennis to getting out of it. And the pitch. Swung on, popped him up third base side. Back on it, Graham Brown. Squeezes it, out number 3. So the long 8th inning finally concludes, but not before Lake Erie scores 3 runs in the 8th. 4-0, Crushers in front. Going to the bottom half here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Bottom of the 8th, 4-0. Lake Erie in front. Brandon Sittinger on the mound here for Lake Erie. Boy, he's been good this year, especially after being moved to the bullpen. He will face the top of the order, and Dennis Pierce, Graham Brown, and JT Benson. 3 runs across for Lake Erie in the top half of the 8th. We'll see how this Evansville offense is here in the bottom of the 8th. Again, the back end of this Lake Erie bullpen is so good and has been all year. First pitch from Sittinger is swung on and popped up. First base side. Playable. Under it is not. Nearing the line, making the catch. 1 gone on the first pitch.
Well, if you see a pitch you like, attack it. He did that, but just missed it. It's a 94-mile-per-hour fastball, a little bit slower than what Sittinger usually delivers, so he was sitting on it just a little bit out in front and ended up just being a pop-up.
Now it's Graham Brown. Brown is hitless tonight, 0 for 3. First pitch that he sees, missing inside from the former Arizona Diamondback, 1-0. Time called as a baseball got on the field from the Otters bullpen. Ryan Wiltsey still warming. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1.
Yeah, it was just catching the top of the zone.
Brown awaits it. Swung on, popped him up first base side, but that'll drift out of play, thankfully. 1-2. Another 94-mile-per-hour fastball. That one kind of right down the middle, just Graham Brown missing it. Now down on the count, 1-2. The pitch in the dirt on the breaker. Trying to get a chase with Sittinger, 2-2. Lake Erie, with a win tonight, would gain a game on Washington, who lost. This would be their 40th win of the season. So Lake Erie in quite a good spot heading to the final month. The 2-2, outside 3-2. Especially with Washington, the first half really ran this division, it seemed like. In first place for most of it, in Lake Erie catching fire at the right time, heading down to the stretch in a very good spot. The payoff, swung on, high fly ball into left center. Playable. In on it is Gomez. Makes the catch. 2 gone. So quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Right fielder, number 9, J.T. Benson.
It brings up J.T. Benson. Benson as well is hitless. 0 for 2. Got hit by a pitch in the 6th. 3 hit by pitches are really the only blemish that Jack Eisenbarger had today. He had 8 strikeouts. Nobody walked, but those 3 hit by pitches. First one into Benson is tapped foul at the plate, 0-1. The pitching duel we got today was pretty fun to watch, despite Evansville currently not being on the winning end of it. But there's no clock in baseball, so we'll see how this one ends up. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. So with the way, if this score were to hold, that would set up a huge series for Lake Erie against Washington coming up. 3-game set against the Wild Things as the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-2. And if Lake Erie keeps this score, it would put them 3 games up, and that 3-game series could pretty much define the winner of this division heading down the stretch, because Lake Erie, if they sweep them, could get up by as much as 6 games on Washington. The 1-2. Swung on, high bouncer to third, fielded by Irizarry. Smooth play, throw to first, in time, 3 outs. 1, 2, 3, go the Otters in the 8th. We go to the 9th. 4-0 Lake Erie here on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Ryan Wiltsey in to pitch for Evansville here in the top half of the 9th, just looking to keep the score where it is. It'll be the middle of the lineup. Alfredo Gonzalez, Scout Knotts, and then Sam Franco due up for this Lake Erie team. A 4-0 lead for them here in the top of the 9th. Just it's been a game where, again, first 5 innings, Braden Scott, Jack Eisenbarger battling, and then Lake Erie gets in front. It just seems like it's even one run is so much to come back from against this team. Wiltsey, the first pitch. Bender drops in on the top shelf. 0-1. Especially when you get to the back third of the game and you give up the lead, or not the lead, but the tie as the 0-1 outside, 1-1. Then you have to face Eisenbarger again, who is dealing, and then Brandon Sittinger is in. No one up in the bullpen, so it looks like we're going to see Sittinger again in the 9th. Just a tough ask for an offense, though. 1-1. Swung on and missed, way out in front, 1-2. Lake Erie batted around in the 8th, scoring 3 runs. Did strain the bases loaded as the pitch bounced it about 2 feet in front of the plate, 2-2. All 3 runs were accredited to Nolan Thebe. Dennis did not allow an earned run in that inning. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and popped him up. Shallow right field. Back onto the second baseman Cruz, but it's going to end up being J.T. Benson, medium deep in right, who makes the catch. Now Scout Knotts, who's having a 3-hit day.
First baseman 34, Scout Knotts.
Knotts, a couple of singles, an RBI double. The pitch, high. So getting all of his hits from this series out today. That RBI double in the 6th as the 1-0 is on its way. Outside, 2-0. Gave Lake Erie the lead, and they haven't looked back. The 2-0 pitch. Knotts thought about it, but didn't go around. And it's 3 balls and no strikes now. One away, top 9, 4-0 Lake Erie. They've out-hit the Otters 8-4. Evansville's committed 2 errors. Lake Erie hasn't. The pitch. Right down central. Automatic. 3-1. Wiltsey, the next one into Knotts. That one just missing outside.
Designated hitter 4, Derek Vegas.
So for the 4th time, Scout Knotts is on base, and now Sam Franco bats. He pinch ran in the 8th for Derek Vegas. Now hits. First pitch to Franco. Is a strike on the outside corner. Infield double play depth with Knotts over at first. Wiltsey works out of the stretch from the far first base side. Here it is. Drops in there for a strike at the knees, 0-2.
Mentioned deadline day. How'd you feel about your Guardians deadline?
I'm not mad at it. Stephen Kwan is still in a Guardians uniform, so I'm happy. But man, after seeing the packages that some top-end closers got, makes you wonder. Here's the 0-2, up and away, 1-2.
How about getting Mick Abel for Duran?
Oof.
That's a big pull.
Or even the Padres gutting their farm system for Mason Miller.
Padres gave up a lot.
Yeah. The 1-2. Swung on, little looper up the middle, fielded by Tavares. Throw to second in time for 1. No throw over to first for 2. But a nice play by shortstop Crix Tavares, ranging up the middle to get it on a 1 hop. Flipped over to second. 2 away now.
Seen a couple of those that have been really close plays for Tavares. He's made really good efforts, but that one he was able to get to and made the easy play over at second base. Very impressive.
Now it's Jared Watkins. The pitch. Swung on and hit in the air softly into left. Possibly in no man's land. In on it, Taylor. Diving Tavares makes the basket catch in shallow left field. Back to back. Great plays from the new Otters shortstop. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 4-0 Lake Erie. Here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Bottom of the ninth, Evansville needs 4 to tie, 3 to win. I wish it was 3 to win. 4 to tie, 5 to win. I started counting down. Here's L.J. Jones. Brendan Sittinger back out there for the 9th inning, looking to do exactly what he did in the 8th and send him down 1-2-3. Otters looking to prevent that. Sittinger sets in the first pitch into L.J. is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Jones, a couple of hits. He's 2 for 3. The pitch. That one finds it, 0-2. So Jones quickly behind in the count, 0-2. On deck, Keenan Taylor. After him, J.J. Cruz. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it. Jones trying to battle here with 2 strikes on him. Nobody out. Bottom of the 9th. Otters trail by 4. 4-0. The pitch. Swung on and fouled off at the plate. Fouled off the umpire. But he's all right. 0-2 still. The next time Evansville is back in town, August 5th through the 7th. Latin Heritage Night on that $2 Tuesday on August 5th. Good old Wing Wednesday on August 6th, the 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. And then, of course, Thirsty Thursday on August 7th. Not only a Thirsty Thursday, but the second to last Thirsty Thursday is the 1-2. Swung on, grounded third wide of the bag, stays 1-2. How sad is that? Second to last Thirsty Thursday. Man.
You take a blink, the season's already in the final month.
This is true. The pitch to Jones. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Blew the fastball by him at 95 up and away. First strikeout for Sittinger. Brings up Keenan Taylor. Feels like just yesterday we were here for Gateway coming into town to open things up.
We're starting off with a rain out.
Oof. Don't sign me up for that again.
And then your solo call of the opener of the season.
The pitch. Taylor pops one up to shallow center. Gomez under. Makes the catch. 2 away. Tell you what, now that does kind of feel like ages ago. Thinking back on it. It's weird because day in, day out when you're here every day, just kind of grind through the schedule and goes by like that, but then you think back to the past and it does feel like forever ago. Here's J.J. Cruz, last hope. 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th. 4-0 Lake Erie. The pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 0-1. Fastball, middle, just missed it. Sittinger sets. Hands at the belt, fires. Low. 1-1. Evansville just couldn't get anything going offensively. This series against this pitching staff, again, the hottest team in the league right now currently. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2. Sometimes you just run into a buzzsaw, and it feels like that's been the entire month of July. In Mississippi, Schaumburg, Washington, Gateway hit all three of those just when they were scorching. Then Lake Erie twice, the pitch, swung on, fouled back. Quebec, Ottawa, I mean, it's almost ridiculous. Just a tough part of the schedule.
I don't think you need to say almost there. The month of July was always set up to be the toughest month by a wide margin.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Sittinger ends the game. 4-0 the final. Otters shut out for a second straight night. We'll be back for the Papa John's postgame show here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Welcome into the Papa John's postgame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. 4-0 the final. Lake Erie with 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Evansville with no runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. Braden Scott, really, really good here tonight. 7 innings, another quality start, 1-run baseball. Walked 5, 3 of which were in the first. Struck out 10. Only allowing 4 hits.
Yeah, in the second straight night that the pitching staff for Evansville has done more than enough to keep them in this game. And Braden Scott was at the head of that. You mentioned only 4 hits, 5 walks, but 3 of those came in the first inning. Tied his season high with 10 strikeouts. He's done it twice against this squad. A really good bounce-back performance when you consider how he pitched, first off, against this team last time on the road, and even the game in Ottawa. He only gave up 2 runs through 7 innings, but, man, he had to work through a lot of traffic tonight. Outside of really a couple innings, didn't have to work through too much traffic at all. It's pretty much more. I mean, it's more than what you can ask from your starter, game in and game out, keeping you in the game like this. Not just keeping you in the game, but just 1 run for the other side. So it really kept you alive in this game. But unfortunately, Evansville the offense couldn't answer.
Jack Eisenbarger matched him pitch for pitch. He went 7 shutout, striking out 8. Brandon Sittinger then coming in and getting 6 outs in a row to end it in the 8th and the 9th. And again, as soon as Lake Erie took that lead in the 6th, it automatically felt like, I mean, it was going to be a tall task. It's just really tough for this offense to get anything going right now. And you hope that they find some success this weekend against Florence.
4 hits on the night. 2 of them came from L.J. Jones. 2 of them came from J.J. Cruz. So it was those 4. It was those 2 guys. And really, I mean, the moment that you look back on, J.T. Benson and L.J. Jones both reach. 2 runners on, no one away. You're down by 1 at this point. Keenan Taylor's up. Tries to bunt twice, doesn't get either of them down. And then lines one well into, almost set for right center field gapper to at least tie the game, if not give you the lead. Instead, it's caught by Davey Morgan. JT Benson trying to take off. He gets caught at second base, and you get a double play. And all of a sudden, that very promising inning comes pretty much to a head right there. So, I mean, that was kind of the night for Evansville. They got some help with some hit by pitches, but unfortunately just couldn't get the job done, couldn't support your pitcher, and well, Nolan Thebe has really, you look at his season, really his one bad outing. He faced 3 batters, and all 3 of them got hits on him, and that final hit against Vegas wasn't even that bad. It wasn't really a bad pitch. It was just Vegas sitting ready to turn on a fastball, and he did just that.
So Evansville falls now to 24 and 45. Lake Erie getting their 40th win of the season, 40 and 27, now 3 games up of second place Washington, and a chance for them to kind of pull away. Next series against Washington, Evansville traveling to Florence, trying to get a couple back from them. At this point, you just got to turn the page. Really tough month, new month coming up tomorrow, which I think is the best news for this Otters team in a while.
Hey, you're only 5 games back at Florence right now. Going to get a sweep. 2 games back. It might be a fight that's not for the playoffs, but it's a fight for
third place.
It's a fight for third place, which can mean a lot for a team that you hope can come back next year and fight for potential rebound season.
You're listening to the Papa John's postgame show. Papa John's, the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Lucas, any final thoughts?
One thing I guess we didn't touch on, that incredible couple of plays from Crix Tavares in the top of the 9th inning. That one at second base to start it, but man, that sliding catch in the outfield for him. That's a Sports Center top 10 play I've ever seen one on this field.
Certainly a great defensive play. So Evansville falls 4-0 to Lake Erie. They're swept here, and they take on Florence tomorrow night at 6:03 p.m. for the August 1st matchup.
Florence just has to be different, right? Don't they? 6:03?
Yes, they do.
Can't just do 6:05 or 6 o'clock?
All 3 different game times, 6:03, 5:40, 12:07. I'm not complaining about 12:07 on Sunday, but 3 different game times. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I digress. 4-0 the final for Lucas Macklin. I'm Riley Angel. Thank you so much for listening here on this Thirsty Thursday. Very good weather, Thirsty Thursday. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, have a good night.